Hi all, thank you for joining me for some basic yoga today. What we've got for you is some sun salutations, some balancing, and what you'll need is you'll need your mat, and you'll need 2 blocks or stack of books, and I think that's about it for today. So maybe finding a space and a seated space that feels good for you, that feels most comfortable for you, and maybe sitting it up a little tall. Maybe crown of the head is kind of lifting to the ceiling. Let's go ahead and drop our chin to chest, and as we do that, imagining that your arms are very heavy, so your neck is long and ears are far away from the shoulders. Let's lift our head and take our eyes towards the ceiling. And then again, drop our chin to chest and lift our head, eyes towards the ceiling. And then drop that chin to chest and lift our head, eyes towards the ceiling. And then let's roll our shoulders. And maybe giving them a little bit of a shrug, just waking those shoulders up, warming those up. And this practice can be done in the morning, can be done in the evening, can be done in the afternoon. This can be pre-workout or after workout. This is an all-around good practice. And I have an option for you guys. If your hips are tight, if you're finding yourself with your legs up here, or you're finding that it hurts to sit like this, grab your blocks or grab your stack of books, and you can use these and sit right on those blocks. And then gravity will help you here. It will do the work and it will allow those knees to fall towards the floor. Oh, I didn't introduce my co-hosts today. We've got Sammy over here and we've got Simon here. So it's yoga with the animals today too. So maybe sitting that up, especially if you've got the tightness in your hips, which is very normal for right now, especially because many people are doing a lot of seated work, or you're teaching your kids are seated all day, you're seated all day, or you're still going to work and you're seated all day. That can tend to tighten everything up and tighten your back up. So this would be great to help open that up. So maybe you're here. I'm going to get off of these so you can see the tops of my arms, but you can stay on those blocks if that feels comfortable for you. But let's go ahead and inhale and sweep our arms up towards the sky. And then exhale and press. And inhale and lift it. And exhale and press. And inhale and lift it. And exhale and press. Good. Let's inhale and sweep our arms towards the sky. Let's clasp our hands, press our palms towards the ceiling, and now let's make space in that rib cage. So lengthening through that torso, let's go ahead and inhale and sweep our arms up. It's making space in that torso. Let's inhale it deep. And on that exhale, let's sigh it out. And inhale. And on that exhale, sigh it out. And inhale. And on that exhale, sigh it out. And inhale. And on our exhale, let's let our arms fall and float towards the ground. Good. Let that blood get back to those arms. Very nice. Go ahead and shake that out a little bit. Let's go ahead and drop one ear towards one shoulder. And drop our chin to chest. And other ear to shoulder. And chin to chest. And let's go ahead and roll that head, shoulder, chest, shoulder. Just a few neck rolls here. Good. And then maybe dropping that chin to chest. Lift our heads up center. Looking over to the right, eyes go a little further back. Let's take that left hand, place it on that right thigh. Right hand goes behind. Lift that up. Big spinal twist here. Inhale it deep. And exhale. And inhale. And on our exhale, let's bring it back to center. Let's take this to the other side. Take that chin, looking over shoulder, eyes go back a little further. Let's go ahead and take that right arm across, left hand behind, and lift that up and twist. And inhale it deep. And exhale. And inhale. And on that exhale, let's bring this back to center. Very nice. Let's go ahead and sweep our arms towards the sky and drop our left hand down. Walk that out and reach this over. So we're lengthening through that right side of the body and concentrating on keeping that right glute, that right leg towards the floor. Now from here, let's go ahead and take that hand either to the rib cage or to the waist, and we're going to twist that torso, chest open towards the ceiling. So opening this up, but at the same time, we've still got the glutes glued to the floor. So now we're opening up those hips, we're opening up that chest, opening up that waist. Good, and then let's bring this back to center. Let's sweep those arms up and reach over on the other side. Reach through that. And then let's go ahead and take that hand either to the rib cage or to the waist, and we are twisting that torso open. Again, taking that glute down, breathing it here, and bring this back to center. Very nice. Sweep those arms up and press this down. And again, inhale and lift this up and press this down. Good. And we'll move it back and get ready for our hips. We're going to lean it back and we're going to drop our knees from side to side. So taking it right here, dropping those knees side to side, waking up our hip flexors, glutes. Good, and go ahead and keep this to one side. And you're going to go ahead, you can do a quarter turn or a half turn of a spinal twist. And then lengthening through this, reaching through that. You could be on your hands, you could be on your elbows, or you can be all the way down on the ground. Listen to your body. This is kind of warming us up for our pigeon that we're going to do a little bit later. Good, and then let's bring ourselves up, bring ourselves back to center, and drop our knees from side to side once again. Good, let's take it to the other side this time. Go ahead and turn that quarter turn. You could be on your hands, you could be on your elbows, or you can be all the way down on the ground. Reaching through that and really get deep breath here. Breathing it, breathing it, breathing it. Good, let's bring this back center. And then from here, let's come up onto all fours. So we've got our cat and cow. So let's go ahead and drop our belly to the floor. Take our eyes to the sky as we inhale. And rounding our spine, chin to chest as we exhale. And dropping that belly, inhale. And rounding that spine, exhale. And dropping that belly. And rounding that spine. Good, one more. Drop that belly. And then round that spine. Good, let's flatten our backs. And let's go ahead and lift our right arm up. So we're going to lift this up towards the sky, and then we're going to thread the needle. So let me face this way. We're going to lift this up, thread the needle, take this through the forehead, the temple of the forehead down on the floor, and the other arm is out. So both palms are on the floor, or you can tent those fingers. Lifting that up and sweeping this all the way through, taking the temple onto the floor and both palms down, or you can tent those fingers on the floor, or you can reach that arm around for the top of your thigh, your opposite thigh. So I've got my left arm reaching around, kind of binding around my back for the top of my right thigh. Good, and then let's bring this up back to center, and let's take it to the other side. So lifting up that left arm, and let's sweep this through, temple to the floor, both palms down, or fingers tented, or you can reach that arm around. Again, whatever is working best for you. And then let's go ahead and bring this back up, back onto all fours. Let's go into some balance. So we'll go into bird dog. Let's lift our right leg and lengthen through our left arm. Let's go ahead and take the elbow to the knee, and we'll do this for 6 times. So let's go ahead and bring this in and lengthen. So let's inhale it deep and exhale it out, and inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. And then on your 6th one, let's go ahead and hold this out. Release our left arm to the floor, and let's take our right leg off to the side if you can, and sit back onto that left heel. So we've got a half of a child's pose here, and we're stretching out that leg. If this is not available to you, go ahead and you can bend that leg, but kind of getting an inner thigh stretch here. And then let's go ahead and bring this back up, back onto all fours. Very nice. Let's take it to the other side. So let's go ahead and take our left leg out, lengthening through that right arm. And let's go ahead and take elbow to the knee 6 times. So let's bring this in and lengthen and bring it in and lengthen. Good. Bring it in and lengthen. Last 3 and reach. Last 2 and reach. And on your 6th one, let's go ahead and hold that balance. And again, if you can, go ahead and take that left leg off to the side and sit it back into that child's pose. Good, and then bringing this back up, and let's go back onto all fours. We're going to go into our sun salutations. So bringing our hands underneath our shoulders, hips underneath, or knees underneath our hips. Let's go and curl our toes under and lift our tail towards the sky. So I've got a cat here that's in my way, but that's okay. I think it should work. Go ahead and nod your head yes, and shake that head no. Lifting our tail towards the sky, and maybe beginning to pedal our feet. So pedaling those heels towards the floor, waking up those calf muscles, waking up those leg muscles. And then finding some stillness in this downward facing dog. Let's walk our feet to meet our hands at the short edge of our mat, so the front edge of your mat. So go ahead and walk yourself forward. Again, bring your blocks with you if you'd like to use your blocks. Then we're going to go into a standing forward fold, so relaxing that upper body, pressing through our feet. Our feet are closer than hip width, and we're pressing through our toes. You can reach through those arms. You can bend those knees if your hamstrings are tight, so feel free to bend those knees. And let's go ahead and take opposite elbow with the opposite hand and frame that head. And breathe. Good, let's release our arms. And let's inhale it into monkey using hands on blocks, flattening that back and looking forward. If you don't have blocks, you can use your hands on your shins. So flattening that back and looking forward. And then exhale, release the legs. Inhale and sweep our arms towards the sky. And then let's exhale it around into a chair. Good, inhale and lift that up. And then exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale it into monkey, flattening that back and looking forward. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up towards the sky. Exhale it around into chair. Inhale and lift it. And exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, monkey, flattening that back, looking forward. Exhale and release. Right foot stays forward, left foot goes back into lunge. And you can have your hand either on block or on the floor for our spinal twist. So we've got that left hand on the block or on the floor. Let's go ahead and bring that right arm, right shoulder to the inside of that right leg. So now we get a hip opener here. So we're using that shoulder and that elbow to kind of open up that hip. Let's drop our back knee, uncurl our toe, and bring ourselves up with a crescent reach right there. Lengthen through that. And then let's go ahead and release that. Take our right foot back to meet our left foot to top of plank. It's the zoo here. Let's shift the weight forward. Drop to the fronts of the knees, uncurl the toes, and let's go ahead and slowly take our heart to the floor, and then heart up off of the floor. Curl our toes under, lift it up, downward facing dog, and walk our feet to meet our hands. Standing forward, fold, front edge of your mat. Go ahead and grab those blocks. Inhale it into monkey, flattening that back and looking forward. Exhale and release, and we'll sweep our arms up. Exhale around into chair. Inhale and lift this up. And exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale it into monkey, flattening that back and looking forward. Exhale and release. Left foot stays forward, right foot goes back into lunge. That right hand can stay on the block or on the floor, and let's get in a spinal twist right here and breathe. Let's go ahead and take that left arm, left shoulder to the inside of that left leg. So again, opening up that hip, you can use that elbow to open that. And then let's drop our back knee, uncurl our toe, and take this into a crescent and reach. Good, and then release this. Let's go ahead and take that left foot back to meet that right foot to top of plank. Very nice. Let's shift our weight forward, drop to the fronts of our knees, and slowly take heart to the floor and then heart up off of the floor, baby cobra. Curl our toes, lift and press, downward facing dog. Relax your head and neck. Good, and let's walk our feet to meet our hands. Standing forward, fold, front edge of the mat. And grab those blocks. Inhale it into monkey, flattening that back and looking forward. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale it around into chair. Hold here in chair. Take hands to heart. Let's take the outside of the right elbow to the outside of the left knee for seated spinal twist. Very nice. Breathe it here. Good, and bring this back to center. Inhale and sweep our arms towards the sky. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale it into monkey, flattening that back and looking forward. Exhale and release. Right foot forward, left foot goes back into lunge. Spinal twist. One more time. Let's reach that up and twist and breathe. Bring this back to center. Drop our back knee, uncurl our toe, and instead of leaning back this time, we're going to lean forward. So kind of leaning into this and getting a twist to the opposite side. So that elbow's going over. Very nice, and breathe. And then bring this back to center. Let's go ahead and take our right foot back to meet our left foot to top of plank. And then let's shift our weight forward. Drop to the fronts of our knees. Uncurl our toes, bring our heart down, lift it up, and then press it up, downward facing dog. And walk our feet to meet our hands, standing forward fold. As you can tell, we got a different tripod, so it's not working very well, but yoga is yoga, and you guys are awesome. Let's inhale it into monkey, flattening that back and looking forward. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up towards the sky. Exhale it around into chair. Good, let's take it to the other side. So left elbow goes to the outside of the right knee. We've got seated spinal twist here. We kind of just warmed it up with that other twist that we did. Good, bring this back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale it into monkey, flattening that back and looking forward. Exhale, release. Left foot stays forward, right foot goes back into lunge. Spinal twist. So let's twist that up. reach. Bring this back to center, drop that back knee, uncurl the toe, sit it up a little, and then hinge it forward, and we've got a twist. Bring this back to center. Let's take our left foot back to meet our right foot to top of plank. Shift our weight forward, drop to the fronts of our knees, uncurl our toes, and slowly lower heart to the floor and then heart up off of the floor. Curl our toes under, lift it up, downward facing dog. Relax your head and neck, maybe nod your head yes, and shake your head no. Walk our feet to meet our hands, standing forward fold, front edge of the mat. Good, let's inhale and sweep our arms up towards the sky. And exhale, dive it down and over. And again, inhale and sweep our arms up towards the sky. This time we're going to go into cactus arms, so we're going to take our arms back. Now in our cactus arms, we're squeezing our back shoulder blades together and opening that chest. And then let's lift this up and dive it down and over again. Inhale and lift those arms up, cactus them, take them back, open that chest, and then reach this up, dive it down and over. And again, inhale and lift this up, cactus those arms, and then lift that up. And then let's release our arms to our sides. Good. Let's go ahead and practice our tree pose. So we'll practice a balance pose. Let's go ahead and stretch IT bands. So taking our feet underneath our hips, pressing through our feet. Let's go ahead and take that right foot over that left foot. Now, we're going to do a forward fold here. So if you need to use a block in front of you, then go for it. So flattening through our feet, big toe, little toe, heel, pressed into the floor. Reaching up through our arms and hinging at our hips so our booty goes back, flattening through that back, and then allowing ourselves to fold forward. And you can use a block here if you would like to keep you stable. But what we're thinking about here is that left leg, the leg that's behind, pressing that big toe, that inner heel, and that inner arch. Try and press that into the floor as much as you can, and you will get that really good stretch up the IT band, up the back of the left leg. And keeping it here and breathing it. And then rolling this up, one vertebrae at a time. That head comes up last. Roll our shoulders down and back. Good, and uncross that. Let's take it to the other side. So taking that left foot over right, flattening through both of those feet, reaching up through those arms, and let's go ahead and hinge this forward, take this down. And now we're thinking about that right big toe, that right heel, and that right inner arch, trying to glue in towards the floor. Really pressing into that. So you're kind of pressing in towards yourself or in towards the center. And then you'll get that good stretch up the right side of the body, the right leg. Relax that head and neck. Breathe. Good, let's roll this up one vertebrae at a time. Rolling our shoulder blades down and back. Head comes up last. Very nice, let's go ahead and uncross that. Good, let's go into a balance. So we're going to go into eagle. Actually, let's go into a balance, and we're going to do a single-legged seated balance, and you'll need, if you've got your balance, we're going to be doing this one, sitting right here. So if you practiced this before, if you've got your balance, then good. Otherwise, you can go ahead and use the wall, and you're either finding yourself seated at the wall, or you're finding yourself in our seated going to do one final pose. We're going to do single leg chair. So if you have, if you've practiced this before, if you've got your balance, we're going to be doing this one where we lift this up and bring it here. If you are just beginning, or if your balance is a little off today, feel free to use the wall or feel free to use a chair. So I'll show you with the wall. Let's inhale and sweep our arms up. Let's take it around into chair. So we'll hold here in chair. Now you can stay here if you've got your balance. If you want to work on it and you've got the wall, we're going to go ahead and take one leg up and take it onto that thigh. So we're right here. Hands can be to heart. And breathe. And it may only be for a few seconds. That's fine. Good, and then gently release the leg and stand that up. Very nice. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and sweep that up again. Take it around into chair, and we'll go into the other side. So finding yourself either up against the wall or without the wall, we've got our seated chair. If you are not using the wall, then of course you're bringing this up. If you're using the wall, then go ahead and bring it up just like we did with the other leg. And we are breathing it here. Opening up that piriformis, psoas, right up here. So all of those seated muscles, all those muscles that are getting all tight from being seated. And that cactus that we did earlier really opens you up. And let's go ahead and bring this up and release that. If you're against the wall, release that. Very nice. Inhale and sweep our arms towards the sky. Exhale, dive it down and over. Good. Let's take ourselves back, feet back, drop to our knees and back into a child's pose. So reaching through our arms in our child's pose, let's walk our hands over to the right and sit our left glute to the left heel. And then walk the hands over to the left, right glute to right heel. And then bring this back to center. Good, bring ourselves up, roll over onto our backs. We're going to do a little bit of a torso stretch and a low back stretch, and then we're going to go into final relaxation. So grab whatever you need for your final relaxation, and we will go there. So now finding ourselves on our backs, and you've got all of your stuff ready for final relaxation. So let's go ahead and take it onto our backs. And maybe arms out, reaching behind our knees. Let's go ahead and take that chin to chest, forehead to the knees. And we're going to find ourselves in a nice bridge. So pressing through our hands, through our elbows, through our triceps. Our feet are pretty close to our glutes and our knees are lined up with our hips. So let's press hands, elbows, triceps, lift our pelvis towards the ceiling, chin is to the chest. And let's do 6 deep inhales here, inhales and exhales. So 6 full breaths. Let's inhale it deeply and exhale and inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale and inhale. And as we exhale, let's slowly lower ourselves down towards the floor, one vertebrae at a time. Let that spine round into the ground. Very nice. Let's reach behind one knee. Go ahead and pull that into the chest. And then reach behind the other. Pull that in. And then let's reach behind both, chin to chest, forehead to the knees, shoulders away from those ears. And then let's release. Bring our knees together and let's drop our knees over to one side, taking our arms into that nice capital T. If you want, you can take that top leg over. It's up to you. But looking the opposite way, if that's available to you, if your neck will let you go there. And breathing here in this deep, deep spinal twist. Good, let's bring this back to center and drop our knees over to the other side. So again, we've got that nice big capital T, and then looking the other way, if your neck will let you. And if you want, you can have that top leg over. Again, listen to your body. Every day is different. Today might be a different day for you. Today you might not be as flexible, or you might be super flexible. But breathing in this deep twist. Bring this back to center, and let's move it into final relaxation. So pressing your heels to one end of the room, reaching your fingers to the other end of the room. Lengthen through that body, reaching through that, lifting that torso, lifting that low back, that rib cage up off of the floor. Allow your breath to fill up your lungs so that your body becomes light and your lungs are lifting towards the ceiling. Maybe stretch through that, add an inch or two to your height, reach. And then with your next exhale, allow yourself to begin to sink and settle into the floor, quieting that mind, quieting that body, finding whatever posture feels most comfortable for you for your final relaxation. So that may mean that you need to bend your knees so that your low back gets into the floor. It's whatever feels best for you. Maybe your legs are long, feet falling open, heart open towards the sky. But as you begin to quiet everything, maybe mentally scanning that body. So scanning from the toes all the way to the top of the head. And maybe recognizing if there's any tension in your muscles, any tightness. Are there any hot spots? Is there any soreness? And then recognizing your thoughts. Are you have anxious thoughts, or are you relaxed? And give yourself permission to quiet the body, to quiet the mind, and begin to relax. We'll do our final relaxation for about 5 minutes. bring our thoughts back to the present. And slowly begin to bring that body back to the present. And that extra noise that you're hearing, that Sam carrying around a bone. And finding a seated form, a comfortable seated form, whatever that looks like for you today. And then maybe sitting it up a little taller, maybe feeling a little stronger, a little more lengthened or energized or relaxed, or maybe your mind is quieted enough. So this is a good practice to do in the morning or in the evening, before a workout, after a workout, or on its own. Let's inhale and sweep our arms towards the sky and bring our palms together. Let's drop our hands down in front of our hearts. Eyes follow our fingers, take our chin to chest. Then let's lift our head center, take fingers to forehead. As we face the day, let us think thoughts of truth and thoughts of love, thoughts that are kind and thoughts that are pure, thoughts that encourage and uplift and do not discourage or tear down. Take fingers to the lips. As we speak with others, let us speak words of love and words of truth, words that encourage and uplift and do not discourage or tear down. Take hands to heart. As we face the day, let our lives be a light of truth and a light of love, having hearts of compassion and mercy, knowing that we have not been given a spirit of fear, but the spirit of love and a sound and peaceful mind. Let's inhale it deeply and exhale it. And namaste. Thank you for joining me today, and have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, and we'll see you next time.